teacher. My name is Andres Duque, and the members of the group are Luisa Maria Mafla, Sara Rieta, y Luna Daza. And the problem is social inequality in Cali. Well, I'm going to tell you the description of the problem. So before the pandemic, there was already a high level of inequality in the city of Cali. However, with the pandemic and the multiple social protests that took place in the city, the inequality increased significantly as people were unable to work because the majority of the people have informal jobs and their livelihoods are daily. So the children were also affected as the most of them did not have access to the internet and schools were closed. As a result, inequality and learning were greatly impacted. Social inequality is the condition of unequal access to the benefits of belonging to any society. In a purely equal society, every citizen is equally able to contribute to the overall well-being of that society, and they are equally able to benefit from their membership within that society. In Colombia, the issue of income inequality is undeniable. Income inequality is present largely due to income distribution and poverty. The Colombian government proposed a lot of reforms for economic and social aspects. However, the reforms only benefit business, leaving behind the working class, indigenous groups, young people, women, and ethnic groups. In recent years, the divide between the rich and poor people has become more noticeable.
Social inequality is related to a high level of poverty, social and economic exclusion. The latter is showing up in two ways. On one hand, unless 35% of the population is excluded from basic endowment. On the other, 55% of the population has an income below the poverty line. This situation is caused mainly by the extremely high concentration of income and poverty that shape the country into a highly hierarchical society. The rise in poverty is not due to scarcity of resources, but to deep economic inequalities. Despite its sustained economic growth, Colombia is among the Latin American countries with the greatest inequality in income distribution. As in many countries, beginning poverty is associated with beginning at the bottom of the class hierarchy, and this rate system in Colombia is a structural expression of this inequality. In Cali and Colombia, stress is an official implement tool used to segregate people by socioeconomic class, as cities are physical demarcated between neighborhoods of stress 1 to 6. Every Colombian knows their stratum, and it's complex for people to talk about inequalities referring to the number they belong to. It was originally established under the guise of allowing proportional sharing, where the lowest stress will pay less than the highest one.
Some of the solutions that can be proposed to do social work with the municipal of Cali, to help to the mayor's office through the creation of projects that involve all the universities that they relate to the part of health such as medicine, psychology, and nutrition, for example, but there is also an opportunity for all the people who want to join to the community work to do. From the formation of the intervention group, it will be accompaniment in an interdisciplinary way with social psychologists, lawyers, social workers, and all professionals who want to be paid for it. For this, each season will be planned to deals with the problems that are microsocial in order to reach microsocial problems. They can be done from conversion to painful topics of social interesting that involve children, adults, and other adults and start working from the inclusion. My better education be the key to great change.
The second solution that we find is extracted from a movie, Infinity War, where a villain named Thanos, in search of the universal equality, killed the middle of the universal population. He argued that his solution was the only option for the salvation of the universe, because the resources of the universe will not be enough to cover all the needs of people who live there. And it's better to die than live without dignity. But that is not just sci-fi. That option has been thought in very similar situations on the real life and is called social cleansing, and is usually used in countries or states with dictatorship. For example, the Mexican case of the mayor of Nuevo León, Mauricio Fernandez, who created a group of social cleansing, arguing that his actions will bring hope and peace, and consequence of that, the population could live with more harmony and better living conditions. That will be gradually eliminating inequalities. The third option is a change of the old social and economic structure, as did Russia. They started to use the social structure using justice and the search for equality as principles. The most important characteristic for the reduction of inequalities was the income sharing, where wealth is transferred to populations that need it through social mechanisms, and that is our idea of their solution.